The Ducati Panigale V4 is one of the most impressive superbikes of 2018. This bike opened a whole new chapter in the Ducati's big bike history. For the first time, Ducati chose a V4 engine configuration for their flagship superbike instead of the beloved V twin, for which they have always been known for. Like its predecessor, the Panigale V4 grabbed a lot of attention for its gorgeous design, raw power, and the unforgiving riding experience. Ducati is about to turn that up a notch with the new Panigale V4R. As many of you might already know, the V4R variant is a homologation special built for World Superbike Racing Series and will only produce in a limited number, maybe 500 or so. With the new V4R, Ducati is expecting to retain their lost glory in the World Superbike Racing Series, because the V-twin Panigale is the only flagship Ducati in the last 30 years which was unable to bring home the championship title at least once. Compared to the V-twin Panigale R, the biggest change in the Panigale V4R is going to be the engine capacity. Since the Panigale V4R uses 4-cylinder engine, it won't be eligible for the capacity advantage that the superbike rules granted the previous generation. So in order to compete, the V4R will need to have an engine with a capacity of 1000cc or less. The desmodromic valve train system of the V-twin racers allowed the engine to rev higher than the other motorcycles on the grid. This helped the V-twin to produce more power. Combine that with the higher capacity of the engine gave the Ducati a clear edge in terms of torque over its competition. But currently, FIM has strict rules for regulating the upper rev limit of each contender to provide a congruity to the race. So that means the Panigale V4R will not have any edge in terms of performance that the old V-twins had. About the design, the Panigale V4R is more or less the same as the regular Panigale V4, except for the shark-like fins on each side of the fairing. My strong suspicion is that it's for cooling purposes, because the current Panigale is not that great to ride in the hot weather conditions. The fairing also seems to have some mounting points, which are probably for the aerodynamic winglets, which is now permitted in the World Superbike Series. The bottom of the fairing also seems to have a small bulge, which might have been incorporated to accommodate a new exhaust system. I said a new exhaust system because the V4R doesn't have the usual coil of heat-shielded pipes, which we usually see behind the rider's heel. Instead, there's a small exhaust piece poking out of the bottom of the fairing. The other major structural change is going to be the cast aluminum subframe. It's shorter and will be lighter than the regular Panigale V4's part. For the time being, it's safe to assume that the road bike will get the O-rings and the Brembo kit. But we are still not sure about the specifics of these components. The price of the V4R is going to be similar to that of the Panigale V4 Speciale. According to World Superbike rules, the homologation machines that the racers are based on cannot cost more than 40,000 euros or 46,000 US dollars.